Atomic Habits is a great book. Like, genuinely life-changing. But I think most people walked away with the wrong lesson, not because the book was wrong, but because our brains picked the most comfortable takeaway. And it quietly skipped the part that actually hurts. When people talk about atomic habits, they usually say things like, small habits compound, just improve by 1%, focus on systems not goals. And yeah, all of that is true. It feels clean, optimistic, manageable. It makes change sound calm and almost aesthetic. Like you just tweak a few routines, light a candle, drink water, and suddenly life upgrades itself. But if that were the full story, way more people would have changed by now. Here's the uncomfortable thing I noticed. Most people don't fail at habits because they lack discipline, they fail because the habit is fighting their identity. Not the identity they want, the identity they're protecting. You can say you want to wake up early, but if your deeper identity is, I'm someone who stays up late to escape my thoughts, that habit will quietly self-destruct. You can say you want to be consistent, but if part of you still sees consistency as boring, restrictive, or scary, your brain will rebel. Miss one day, then two, and then pretend you'll restart next week. Here's the part most people skipped. Atomic Habits isn't really about habits, it's about who you're willing to stop being. That's the real cost of change. Every new habit quietly asks you to let go of an old version of yourself, so your brain hesitates. Tiny habits don't work because they're easy, they work because they don't threaten your identity all at once. They sneak past your brain's defense system. Your brain doesn't panic at, read one page, but it panics at, become a reader. Because becoming something new means admitting you weren't that before, and the ego hates that. So the magic isn't the size of the habit, it's how gently it introduces a new self-image. Here's where people unknowingly sabotage themselves. They try to change habits, without changing the story they tell about themselves. They still say, I'm lazy, I'm inconsistent, I always fall off. Even while trying to build better routines. That's like planting seeds, and then pouring doubt on the soil every day. Your brain listens to repetition, not intention. So if your inner dialogue stays the same, your habits eventually follow it back. Here's a small shift that helped me. Instead of asking, how do I build this habit? Ask, what kind of person would naturally do this? Not in a dramatic way, just casually. Like, what kind of person drinks water in the morning? Oh, someone who cares about their energy. Then act like that person once. You don't need to prove anything, you're just casting a vote. So yeah, Atomic Habits was right. But the real lesson isn't, start small. It's, be ready to outgrow who you've been. Because habits don't change your life by force, they change it by changing how you see yourself. And once that shifts, everything else follows quietly.